When you've been on this earth for 900 years, waiting a matter of months for a new home is just a tiny blip in your long lifetime. The red letter day for the records collection in Carlisle will come in autumn 2010, once it has all moved to a new high-tech records office on the other side of the city. The unique collection is currently housed at Cumbria County Council's Archives Office at Carlisle Castle and has been since the 1960s. But you need modern technology to store old documents, and the current setup just isn't fit for purpose anymore, with outdated public rooms, cluttered storage areas and inappropriate conditions for preserving parchment, paper and photographs.
We've outgrown this building. We've been here for 45 years. In the last 20 years we've seen an explosion of interest, public interest in using archives of 250%. So we can't actually fit in all the readers who would like to use the place any longer, nor can we fit in the records. And this isn't a purpose-built archives office, so it's not able to achieve the standards, the technical standards that we need for the actual storage of the archives to preserve them.
Moving the collection is a daunting task. It contains over 1 million historical items and, if laid end to end, would stretch over 3 miles. These important historical documents give details not only on family history, but also practical information on things like boundaries and rights of way, so it's vital that once they're moved, they can be found again. And here's where they'll be found: a 21st century glass-fronted landmark at Petrol Bank in southeast Carlisle. The new £8.2 million development, helped by a grant from the Heritage Lottery Fund, worth nearly £5 million, will store the collection at just the right temperature and humidity, as well as giving far better facilities for the public. The building will be a mixture of old and new. The Grade 2 listed Lady Guildford's house will be renovated and restored, and the new building added alongside it. To launch such an important project, it's important to note when work first begins, and January the 14th, 2009 was when the first sod was cut by County Council leader Stewart.
It is unusual, I think, to have a facility like this in the middle of a residential area, and I'm particularly excited because I represent this ward on the County Council, and I know that it will be really welcomed by people living in this area.
Construction is expected to last a year, during which time the site will be fenced off to protect the public.
The interesting thing about this scheme is, it's actually 2 schemes in one. You've got the Grade 2 listed building that has to be refurbished and redeveloped in itself, and obviously that takes a lot of tender loving care to do that, with it being an old building. And then we've got the construction of the new building as well.
Restoring this local landmark will not only put some much needed shine on an architectural jewel, it will also bring vital investment into the area and encourage more people to take a fascinating dip into local history.